In from all around me here, Steve, as you can imagine, to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States Army and the United States military. They expected about 200,000. I read ahead of time. I think they'll probably hit those numbers. Hard to say. They don't give estimates anymore from the Park Service, as you know. But that notwithstanding, the people are here, red, white, and blue, decked out like it's a 4th of July celebration. It kind of is. In a way, it's Flag Day, June 14th, which, of course, as you just mentioned, is also Donald Trump's 79th birthday. So it's a festive atmosphere. People getting ready for a big parade. Interesting to see tanks. You can't see them on this camera in this shot, but you got tanks and military vehicles. I had to stop from crossing the street today because a couple of Humvees with howitzers behind them, had to make a turn. And I think it's probably best to yield to Humvees and howitzers. That's kind of my common sense direction. So it's going to be a great day. We could have some rain here. I'm geared up for that. It's hot. It's humid. It's Washington in the summer.
Steve, hang right there. I'm going to come back and ask you about the military activity that's been going on today in the Middle East. Let's go to let's start at the beginning of the parade route down by the Lincoln Memorial. That would be our own Ben Bergquam. Ben, put us in the room. You're down there at the very beginning. I take it a lot of the units are going to come across Memorial Bridge right around the Lincoln Memorial. We'll have cameras everywhere. Talk to us about the spirit down there. How are people feeling?
Yeah, it's good, Steve. Yeah, we're right at the beginning. You can see the State Department directly behind me. We got the Lincoln Memorial off to my right. There's converging intersections here. So part of the group, the parade is going to come down one route here. Apparently the major equipment is going to come down from Memorial Bridge down here. They're going to go right behind me and head straight down to where Gruber and David Zier and Brian are going to be. And we're going to have the first action. We got folks, it actually feels pretty calm down here. We're at the very end. It's about a mile and a half in from where you enter through security entrance. And so it feels like, people are just enjoying the day. It's a beautiful day. It does definitely have a 4th of July feel to it. We've got patriots out from all over the place, and, it's going to be a beautiful day.
How did Ben Bergquam, given all you've done at the border and in Mexico and down Darien Gap, how did you draw the card at Real America's Voice to be right across from the State Department? How did Ben Bergquam get that on your bingo card?
Maybe they just want eyes on me. I don't know. It's a different America now. Now, had we been here 4 years ago, that may have been a sketchier question. But right now, hopefully that they're actually working for us, not like when they had Blinken and they're working against us. But God bless them. God bless all those civil servants as long as they put America first.
You stick right there. You're going to do some interviews for us too. Let's go to the end of the parade route. We've got our own David Zier. David, you're right there. I guess it's the brand new. That's the Slavery Museum. It's only been there. Museum of Slavery's only been there, I think, 5, 6, 7 years. And you've got the Washington Monument right there. I think you're at 15th and Constitution. That's where the parade will end and kind of turn up Constitution for the units. Put us in the room there, sir.
A lot of energy, people coming in the entrance about a quarter mile away here, coming down here, walking along the parade route. A lot of veterans, a lot of Army veterans. I just interviewed a gentleman who was an OV-1 Mohawk Vietnam War pilot. He did surveillance. They were built on Long Island, where I'm from, by Grumman. A lot of veterans, a lot of activity. The largest parade, I believe, in D.C. since the Gulf War in 1991 here. And Dan Driscoll, the Army Secretary, was saying it's not just performative today. This could go a long way for recruiting. And as you know, Steve, recruiting numbers are up. I've been coming to D.C. for almost 50 years. There's a lot of pride again in D.C. It's a lot different atmosphere than the last 4 years, especially since COVID.
We had Brian Glenn and Congressman MTG on the Morning War Room, the traditional Saturday morning, and they were over by Apache helicopters. They had obstacle courses. On the National Mall all day today, David Zier, they were doing activities, kind of build the esprit de corps of the military, but also act as a recruiting tool with all the young patriots brought there today by their parents. Sir.
Yes, well, recruiting is up. Contracts signed 56% up from this time last year. Overall recruiting up 10%. It's been down for several years in a row. And the recruiting pool is shrinking. Only about 30% of young people in America are even eligible to serve due to physical and behavioral limitations. So it's very important to send that message out. We've got, 5 million pounds of armor coming down the street here, especially for the the young kids here, a lot of parents bringing their kids, a lot of parents who look like they're veterans who served. Did some great man on the streets, a guy from Oklahoma, a gentleman, Ed Young, from New Jersey. Just a great crowd, great people, great energy, and it should be a very exciting day, polar opposite of what's going on around the rest of the country.
Yeah, I'm going to be back in a moment, Coach. You know that region of the world as well as anybody. By the way, our own Brian Glenn, White House correspondent Brian Glenn, is going to be in the motorcade with the president today. He'll be in the main VIP area. We're going to get to Brian a little later. Mo Bannon, Jack Posobiec will be in the VIP area for the military and for the veterans. We'll get to all those folks too. I want to go back to Steve Gruber. Steve, it's let's say ironic that we're holding the 250th